Welcome, 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 everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's up, Sonia? Sonia's got a mess today. They're installing the new labeling machine. There's people everywhere. People everywhere. I know it's going to be a mess if they sent people down there from Vermont to work on it. You know it's going to be a mess. Hey, Pony Swedman TV, how you doing? Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. How you doing today? Thank you so much for coming by and visiting with us. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you're having a great day. KK, what's up? What's up, KK? Lord, y'all, it's been raining here since I got off my live stream yesterday afternoon. It poured down rain all night long last night. It's been raining and raining and raining and raining. Thank you, Pony, for sharing me out. I appreciate it. KK said it's 85 outside. It's only 78 here. 78, but the humidity is off the chain. There's that lady that doesn't share her snacks with me. Hi, this is Steph. Got baby pepperoncinos today. I got you. Hey, Aurora, how you doing? Yeah, this is Steph. She doesn't share her snacks with me when I go to her channel. She had 3 bags of chips, and she didn't even give the hillbilly not one, y'all. Can you believe it? Not even one chip she would not share with me. I don't know what's up with that. Sharing is caring. This is Steph. Sharing is caring. Three bags of chips and didn't even give the hillbilly not even one chip. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is Steph was that mean to the old hillbilly. But I guess that's the way it goes. And they were tasty. Yeah, it looked tasty. Looked tasty. I wouldn't know. I didn't get one. So I couldn't tell you if they were tasty or not. I'll just have to take your word for it. I mean, like, wow. But anyway, this is Steph did a video on 3 bags of chips. I think she said they came from the United States. And she was having a taste test on all 3 bags of chips. And she didn't even offer me one. But that's okay. That's okay. If I had some chips right now, I would offer her some. Thank you, KK, for sharing me out. I appreciate that very, very much. Hey, Travel Dreamer, how you doing? I told you if I won the lottery, I would meet you in Las Vegas. I hear you. This is Steph. Well, you better bring some chips. Well, thank you, Travel Dreamer. I appreciate that. Tell your dad I said howdy. Tell your dad I said howdy. What kind of chips? I don't remember what kind they were. I don't know what brand name they were, KK. One of them was like hot bull balls or something like that. Something hot bulls. And some barbecue and some like macaroni and cheese or cheddar cheese ones. Some kind of bull balls or something. I don't know what they were. but they were labeled hot and spicy. So I'm not sure. But she said they were all good. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. Mac and cheese, barbecue, and bulls and steak. Oh, I thought it was barbecue or something hot and spicy bull balls or something, but she says it's bulls and steak. So I don't know. Sonya eats combos, delicious. Yeah, I know they had something to do with bulls. I don't think she liked the mac and cheese that much, though. I think of the three, I think the mac and cheese might have been her least favorite, she said. I don't remember for sure, but I think so. I think the bulls and steak or bulls and whatever it was her favorite. But yeah, I'd never seen those. I don't know what brand I don't even remember what brand it was. But I watched the video in full, left a genuine comment. Everybody always tells me, oh, you don't come and watch my videos. You don't come and watch my videos. I go watch as many videos as I can, folks. It takes me a long time to go through 4,000 and something people. But I try to get there when I can. I promise you. I promise you. I get to as many videos as I can. Oh, thank you for coming here. This is Steph. Thank you for coming here. KK said, had mac and cheese for lunch today. What? Did y'all see that? Where they come out with, what was it? Mac and cheese flavored ice cream? Is that what I read the other day? A couple of weeks ago, I read something about they came out with mac and cheese flavored ice cream. I ain't eating it. That is not my cup of tea. I am not eating it. Mac and cheese flavored ice cream. No. That is not happening. I am not eating it. I would rank that right up there with yogurt. I ain't eating yogurt either. Yogurt's for old people like Vermont Paint. That's what yogurt's for. That's what Vermont Paint eats nowadays. Because he's old. Older than dirt. Hey, Anna M. How you doing? What's up? Welcome, Anna M. Yes, there's some kind of ice cream out that's flavored mac and cheese. Yes, I agree. This is Steph. I ain't eating it. Arlene Verdita, appreciate the like and the share. Thank you. Thank you for that thumbs up, Anna M. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nope, ice cream is dessert. The two don't mix. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No mac and cheese flavored ice cream for the hillbilly. That ain't happening. You know, they got that coffee flavored ice cream too. I ain't eating no coffee flavored ice cream either. Ain't gonna do it. They got all kinds of weird stuff nowadays, y'all. They got all kinds of weird stuff out there. KK said, I'm not eating it. Yeah, me neither, KK. I'm not eating it. I think they're getting a typhoon over in the Philippines from what I watched a while ago. Looked like that storm turned into a typhoon. I think it was just a tropical storm, but now it's a typhoon. Well, thank you, Anna M. New to the channel. Connect with your host. Arlene's up at 3:35 in the morning. 3:35 in the a.m. in Manila, Philippines. She's up and at 'em. Got thunderstorms this morning. This is Steph. It's rained since I ended my live stream yesterday afternoon. It has rained. It poured down rain during the night and then off and on all day long today. We've had rain. It poured down rain here last night. All night long, it rained. I went to bed about 10 after 9, and I got up at 3:05, and it was still raining. So I went to bed. I got up at 5. It was still raining. I went back to bed, and then I finally got up at 6. So it rained all night long. KK says, getting a break from rain. Well, you must have sent it down here, KK. You must have sent it down my way because I got plenty. I can start sharing with y'all now. We should be all caught up with rain. Looks like it's clouded back up out here now. It was sun was shining a while ago, but it looks like it's clouded back up now. So yep. Rain, rain, rain. So I'm not sure what's going on. I checked my video where they put the copyright on me, and where it says copyright claim, now it says none. So I guess they didn't respond back to my appeal that I put in. So they must have took it off. They must have took it off because it went the full 30 days and nobody responded. So I'm assuming they took it off. YouTube didn't send me an email or let me know or anything, but it's gone from the live stream video. So they must have removed it, as best I can tell. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Somebody made a claim that said that I used their music for their channel. And they always put in, it was in a 1 minute time frame. I went back and listened to the 1 minute time frame. There's no music, there's no singing, there's no nothing. So I appealed it. I appealed it to YouTube. This is the third or fourth time. Third time, I think. I didn't get a strike from it. They were trying to get half my revenue from the video is what they were trying to do. But they never answered back. So I guess YouTube dropped it. This is like the third or fourth time I've gotten that, where they try to make me share my revenue from my video. So if you ever got one, that YouTube will send you a thing and they'll tell you what time frame it is. So go back and listen to that time frame and make sure there's nothing there. And if there's nothing there, appeal it. And so far, I've won every one of mine. It's 3 or 4 of them now. So I don't know. I guess people got nothing better to do than pick on a little old channel like me. Oh, this is Steph. You're not blue. Why are you not blue? This is Steph. There you go. You should be blue now. I thought I'd already turned you blue. You should be blue now. This is Steph. I thought I'd already turned you blue. So what's everybody up to, guys? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. What's everybody up to? Ridiculous. You're not running the music channel. Maybe your chat is music to someone's ears. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. Yeah, this is Steph. This is the third or fourth time I've had people hit me up like that. And they try to, I mean, I don't make but like 2 pennies, but they try to take one of my pennies away every time. What's up, brother James Guype? How's everything up in the great state of Kentucky? How's everything in the great state of Kentucky? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Guys, if you don't have my buddy James Guype, grab him up. He's got a huge channel now. A huge channel now. Mr. James Guype does. Yeah, he's got one of them big old honking channels. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. But yeah, it's Tuesday, guys. What's up? What's everybody got going on so far? What's everybody got going on this week so far? Anything good going on out there in the real world, or anything bad going on out in the real world? I guess Great Britain opened up yesterday. Did Great Britain open up yesterday? This is Steph. Great Britain, England. I always just say that place across the pond. But I think they opened up back up yesterday from what I was reading. I was reading that, and I guess they opened back up yesterday. Yep, Sonia's playing hooky on Friday. She's laying out of work Friday, y'all. This is Steph said, yep, they opened back up yesterday. I was reading that yesterday, so I thought they did. Yeah, Sonia's playing hooky on Friday. She just had a 3-day weekend, and now she's getting another 3-day weekend. Sonia's been hanging around that Tony Damien too much. Speaking of Tony Damien, she's probably taking a nap at work right now. Today was her first day back at work. She's probably napping. How many people think Tony Damien's probably napping right now? Her first day at work. I'm betting yes. She's napping her first day at work. I bet she's napping. That's got to be tough. I think it's been what? Going on 2 years since she was working? Yep. Almost 2 years since she was working. Looking for caffeine. Nah, she'll be napping, Travel Dreamer. That's what she was talking about. She was going to take, for lunch, she was going to take a nap in the model apartment. I guess they have a model apartment fixed up so future residents can come in and take a look at it. She said she was going to go in there at lunch and take a nap. So that's probably where she's at right now, napping. I sure hope her alarm works good on her phone. Hey, Oreo Mouse, how you doing? Hadn't seen you in forever. How you doing? Yep, that'd be bad. Her first day at work, she goes over to it takes a nap for lunch, sets her phone, and her phone alarm doesn't go off. That would be horrible. I'm doing okay, Oreo Mouse. Thank you very much. Just celebrating another Tuesday. Yeah, get hired, go to work, make it to lunchtime, take a nap, not wake up, and get fired all in the same day. That would be something right there. That's all I can say. That would be something. That sounds like something that Vermont Paint would do. That sounds like something Vermont would do. Carolina Diamond Productions. How in the world you doing, my friend? Hadn't seen you in a while. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Been in school. I got you. I'm about to wash away down here. I'm about to wash away down here. Hopefully today's the last day of this rain. But we needed it. We did need it. I've been saying it for several weeks now. We've been needing rain. But yeah, I've been waiting on Noah's Ark to come floating by. It's pouring down rain. Pouring down rain. This Steph said, my kids finished school this week. Awesome. Awesome. Kids finishing school this week. Yeah, it finally cooled off today. That's right, Carolina Diamond. I'm only 76 degrees right now. It's humid, but at least the air temperature cooled off. 76 right now. $76 degrees, and it says, my computer says 76, rain to stop. Rain to stop. Okay. 75 here in Sherrill, South Carolina. I know where the big town of Sherrill is. It's funny, a lot of people say Cheraw. It's Sherrill. '78 at Fort Bragg. Chesterfield too. I hear you, Carolina Diamond. Yes, a lot of people say Lancaster, South Carolina. And I say, where in the world's Lancaster at? And they say, oh, you know where Lancaster is? Up there like you're going towards Pageland? I said, no, it's not. Don't call it Lancaster. You call it Lancaster. You don't call it Lancaster. You call it Lancaster. By Pageland. Yeah, you pronounce it Lancaster. You don't say Lancaster. I'll be like, where in the world's Lancaster, South Carolina? You mean Lancaster? They're like, yeah, Lancaster. And I said, okay, I know where Lancaster is, but I don't know where Lancaster is. Just the way some people talk, I guess. That's kind of like, you got Beaufort and Beaufort. It's spelled the exact same way, but it's Beaufort, South Carolina, and it's Beaufort, North Carolina. Beaufort, South Carolina, Beaufort, North Carolina. but they're spelled the exact same way. But you just got to know the local lingo. Yeah, but y'all pronounce it Lancaster. This is Steph. Y'all pronounce it Lancaster. Here we pronounce it Lancaster. Now we got a place up home where I'm from. It's spelled Leceister. Now some people say I'm from Leicester. Leicester. But everybody that's from up there said they're from Leicester. They just say Leicester. They don't say Leicester. They say Leicester. I'm from Leicester. Not Leicester. Leicester. I don't guess they have them problems up north. I guess northern people don't have them kind of problems. They all got fancy names for their towns, and they all pronounce them correctly. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a southern thing, how we pronounce stuff. What the heck do I know? I don't know where them northern people come up with some of them names they come up with, like Nantucket. What in the world is a Nantucket? Yeah, what in the world is a Nantucket? I ain't got no idea what a Nantucket is. Ain't got a clue. Gloucester. What in the world's a Gloucester? I don't know what Gloucester is. I ain't never heard of no Gloucester. Never heard of Gloucester in my life. And that ain't spelled, they don't pronounce that the way it's spelled either. Gloucester. So I don't know. I just don't know how the people, they come up with some of the things they come up with either. I just ain't got no idea how they come up with some of them names they come up with. I guess they're probably old family names, maybe. Maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe that's their old family names from when they come over from England and Holland and Spain and all them places. Maybe that's their, God-given family names or something. That might be what it is. That's probably what it is. Spain. Yes. It's funny how we talk. I tell you what, them people over there in England talk funny too. They talk about the old hillbilly talking funny. Them people over there in England talk funny too, y'all. Depending upon what part of England you're from, they can't even understand each other over there either. So don't let them fool you. There's parts of England over there that some people from England can't understand a word they say. I did not, Carolina Diamond. I did not catch that. But yeah, there's a bunch of people over there in England that can't understand each other either. It ain't just over here. Everybody goes, oh, them southern people, I can't understand a word they say. Well, go over there to England and get you some. A lot of them folks can't understand each other either. It's like being from a different country, or like they're speaking a different language. Goldberg and John Cena. I hear you. Goldberg's getting old. Yeah, that Gemma Harvey, she's really from England. She's not from Scotland. She married a guy and they live in Scotland, but she's from England. She gets a couple of drinks in her, y'all, a couple of cold adult beverages. I can't understand a word she says at all. Well, you missed it, Carolina Diamond. We were talking wrestling yesterday. We spent about 30 minutes talking about wrestling yesterday. In that Chrissy Canvas art, I can't understand the word she says either. Yeah, that Chrissy Canvas art. I understand about one out of every 4 or 5 words she says. And I'll tell you another funny one. Allie Mac Mechanical and his wife, Braveheart Scrapper, they're from the Highlands of Scotland. And I can understand Braveheart Scrapper just fine. I can't understand a word Allie Mac Mechanical says at all. I cannot understand him at all. And his wife sitting right there beside him, and I can understand every word she says. But I can't understand the word Allie Mac Mechanical says. Yeah, I can understand you. This is Steph. Now I don't know if you had a few cold adult beverages, that slang might have started coming out on your voice too. I don't know. But when you were doing your chip thing, I could pretty much understand you. But yeah, I think John Ladd moved. I think he moved north. You know, he lived there close to Allie Mac and his wife. And I think John Ladd, they said, moved 50 or 80 miles further north, I think. I'm from near London. Well, that's probably what it is. This is Steph. You a little bit Americanized being there in London. I was trying to think where that Chrissy Canvas art's from. I can't remember the name of the town she's from. I tell you somebody else I can understand. This is Steph. There's a guy called God the Good One. God the Good One. I can understand him too. Yeah, I can understand him. But some of them folks, I can't understand a word they say. I cannot understand a word they say. Well, dang, y'all. This is Steph said, I'm near London. We all got a place to stay when we go visit London. We'll just all go stay with This is Steph. That'll be us a free place to stay. We'll just all pack in and stay at This is Steph's house and visit London. There you see what a great thing YouTube is. See how great YouTube is. We all got a free place to go stay now if we want to go visit London. We'll just stay for free at This is Steph's house. Don't worry, This is Steph. I won't stay but about 6 months. You don't have to feed me and take care of me and board me, but for 6 months. What's up, Minimoto? Coming in the live stream cussing. Cauliflower and broccoli with carrots. Dang. Yeah, you ain't got to put up with me but for about 6 months. I should be able to see everything I want to see in that time. Take me about 6 months. I never been to Germany. I've been to Korea, but I ain't never been to Germany. I've been to Spain and Italy, but I never made it to Germany. Yeah, just all pack up and we can all stay at This is Steph's house. What a great idea. That's the best idea I've had in a long time. Already got my suitcases packed. I got my passport good to go. All I got to do is get the plane ticket. And I get there, I got a place to stay at This Is Steph's and all the chips I can eat. So that's a great idea. Snooky says, I have escaped. I hear you, escaper. Yeah, I can't, Carolina Diamond. I didn't retire. I did not retire from the military. I got divorced and got custody of my daughter, and I had to get out. So I did not retire, and I have no disabilities. So I don't get any of the benefits or any of that. I hear you, Minion Moto. You have to put up with the wild dogs. I hear you, Oreo Mouse. See you, this is Steph. Let everybody know that Uncle Hillbilly's coming to visit. Tell them Uncle Hillbilly's coming to visit. Yeah, I'm a veteran, Carolina Diamond, but I still don't qualify for any of the benefits. I did get, I just got my VA card the other day because now I have no income. They're going to let me come for medical benefits. But other than that, I don't get nothing. It's hot here too, Minimoto. It's hot this time of year. You don't want to come here this time of year. See you, this is Steph. Thank you so much for coming by and visiting with us. I appreciate that. Let the kids know Uncle Hillbilly's coming to visit. I hear you, Carolina Diamond. We'll go around the world. We'll go around the world. Around the world. Arlene Verdita, is it still storming there? Do you still have storms? I hear you, Carolina Diamond. Still raining in Manila, Philippines. Yeah, the only place I went in Korea was Chinhae and Busan. Chinhae and Busan. That's the two cities I visited in Korea. We used to pull in on the submarine in Chinhae, where they train that's the boot camp for the Korean rock soldiers, or it was back in the day. It's where they used to train the Korean rock soldiers. Well, thank you, Miss Sonia, for sharing me out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the only two places I went in Korea. Chinhae and Busan. We used to spend 2 weeks in Hong Kong every 6 months. And we were home ported out of Japan and Subic Bay, Philippines. Minion Moto, you got to get out and see the world. Minion Moto, you got to get out and see the world. I couldn't do it earlier. See you, Carolina Diamond. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. Yeah, Minion Moto, you got to get out and see the world. Thank you, Oreo Mouse. Yeah, You got to take an adventure. You too. Good luck at class. You got to get out and have some adventure, Minamoto. He's going around the U.S. Just pack your bags, throw them in the car, jump in, and take off. Yeah, I don't really have much desire to do so. I enjoy the desert too much. We'll take a trip over to Dubai or somewhere like that if you love the desert. United Arab Emirates. That's a great airlines to fly on. Take off over to Dubai. Go see the desert. They got plenty of desert over there. Yeah, I used to say that about the mountains. Oh, I ain't never going to be happy. I ain't never going to leave these mountains. I ain't never going to leave these mountains. And now look at me. Been to 47 states and about 13 countries, I think it is. Yeah. Plan your trip, Minamoto. I think it'd be interesting to go to Egypt. I'd love to go to Egypt, Cairo, Egypt, and go into some of those museums they got. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. I think they got that museum of all of King Tut's stuff open now. But yeah, I think that would be an awesome trip. Now, I don't know if I'd want to go out in the desert and see the pyramids and all that, but I would like to go there and go to the museums and stuff. I think that would be pretty neat. Believe it or not, I actually do enjoy going to museums. It's pretty neat. Pretty darn neat, I think. Museums and aquariums. I love aquariums too. I think that's one of the neatest things there is aquariums to take kids to. They're pretty darn awesome. Yeah, anything to do with ancient Egypt would be pretty nice. Especially that's new exhibit they're supposed to have. They're supposed to have all the King Tut stuff out now, out for display. They brought it all out of storage, cleaned it up, hooked it up, all that. It's supposed to be out, or it was out. I don't know if it still is or not. Aurora said, I worked in a museum before. That'd be pretty cool, Aurora. That would be pretty cool. I think that would be the most awesome thing in the world if you had the money to travel around the world and just visit all the big museums. I think that would be awesome. Oh, did anybody watch the space flight today? The guy from that owns Amazon went up in his spacecraft today, y'all, this morning. They made it up to, what was it, 62 or 63 miles? I think that beat Branson from last week. We have an aquarium down at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Sonia. And then there's an aquarium up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's the two closest aquariums that I have, that I know of. There's one at the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and there's one up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's where my daughter bought me this hat, was up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee at the aquarium. But there's not really any big museums here. You know, we got some small ones in a lot of small towns, but, you know, I'm talking about the best museum I ever been in my life was the Smithsonian. I mean, after you go to the Smithsonian, everything else is kind of small after going in there up in DC. But I would like to go in and see King Tut. I think that would be pretty awesome. I'd like to go see a lot of the big churches. You know, I think that would be pretty neat to go see too. Some of the old big churches that are still standing around the world. I think that would be pretty interesting to go do. Yep, I think that would be pretty interesting to go see. But all that stuff takes money. Yeah, there's a lot of that, Sonia, a lot of small stuff, like over in Camden, South Carolina, where I work the most for the phone company. They've still got, you know, historical houses over there that the British built. The British actually built Camden, South Carolina. Everything over there was built by the British. And they've still got some of the old barracks open and stuff like that. They still run a steeplechase race. I think it's twice a year over in Camden. But there's nothing really big to go see. We have a lot of little stuff, but nothing big. Gotcha, Minamoto. Yeah, we got a lot of battlefields with plaques, and they have a couple of old houses up and stuff like that. But I mean, you pretty much got to know the history on your own, I guess is what I'm saying, Sonia. But yeah, a lot of the installs that we did, rich people own those houses, and they're historic houses. They can't do nothing to them. They can't. A lot of them, it takes an act of Congress just to repair the outsides of the houses. But inside the houses, a lot of the boards in the floor do this number. When you walk on them, you go up the staircases, and the staircases bow and creak. One of the neatest things that I noticed over there when going in those houses with the phone company is the doors are real narrow, but they're real tall. You got real tall doors, but they're real narrow. So that was pretty good. And then a lot of those big houses, they had an outhouse. It's where the kitchens were. They didn't have kitchens in the house, or they didn't cook or eat in the house. They went out to the cooking house where they had all the cooking and all that, all the entertaining and stuff like that done out in the cooking house. But yeah, it takes an act of Congress to do anything to a lot of those old houses over there. They got the kudzu vines growing up the sides of the houses and stuff. And yeah, it takes an act of Congress. But they have a little map where you can ride around and look at them. But most of the people won't let you go in them because they're privately, somehow or another, they're privately owned, but they're still considered historical houses. So I guess you own it, but you can't do nothing to it. We have houses on my street that date back to the Revolutionary War. Yep. Yeah, it's like, what was it, Jamestown, Virginia? All those old houses down there in Jamestown, too. That's the way it is in Camden. Camden still has a lot of the old houses that are actually still standing. But the British built everything in Camden. It wasn't the Americans. The British built Camden. That was their settlement during the war, Camden, South Carolina. They built a horse track over there. They had everything built just for the British built all their stuff. But that's pretty interesting to go into some of those houses. But like I say, you go inside of them and it's not really what you're expecting. Miss Shernette Williams, how in the world you doing, my friend? Welcome to the live stream, Miss Shernette Williams. How you doing, young lady? Glad to have you here visiting with us. But yeah, you go inside there and they got a lot of them have some of the old paintings up and the old rock fireplaces and stuff like that. But there's a lot of some of the old furniture still in there, but it's all hardwood floors and the floors are bowed. And when you walk across them, the boards weren't even nailed down, so they creak and pop when you walk on them. The houses are on the National Register here. If they need repairs, they have to use original material. I think that's what it is here too, Sonia. I know they said it takes like an act of Congress to get anything done. Oh, geez. I'm trying to juggle all my tasks. Glad to be here as always. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's kind of the way it is here, Sonia. It's tough to get anything done. As a matter of fact, a lot of people complain about it because some of them are kind of like falling apart. The outside of them is kind of falling apart, looking kind of shabby, but they haven't done anything to fix them. And that's sad. I would think the government would step in and fix that kind of stuff and just instead of just letting it deteriorate like that. Yep. Yeah, you can't get rid of that smell. It's hard for them to heat those places too, Sonia. It's hard to get the houses heated up in the wintertime. And it's hard to keep them cool in the summertime. Hey, Crystal Pets and Plants, how you doing? But they got the big tall windows. Everything was tall. They built everything so tall. The inside doors are so tall. The big old doors from the outside are tall. The big old windows are tall. But everything's narrow but tall. Heating bills are horrendous. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, these over here, I'm sure they're the same way. But they're nice to look at. Like I say, over here, most of them's gated. They got gates up or they built walls up. And unless you got business, work to do there, or unless you know somebody, you pretty much can't get in most of them. They got a little map you can follow around. You can drive around and take pictures from the outside, but they don't let you go in the inside. You got to really know somebody to be able to go inside the houses. Yeah, these have low ceilings too. And a lot of the ceilings, all the ceilings are wooden slat ceilings. I went in 3. I think I've only been in 3 total when I worked for the phone company. And they had the ceiling looked just like the floor. Wooden slats. Yep, open beams. Yep, open beams. You should go down inside the cellar, Sonia. That's where always the phone box was had to go downstairs in the cellar. And all the open exposed beams in the cellar, that's where always the phone box was. It's kind of eerie down there thinking that somebody was there that many years ago, that somebody was actually in that cellar digging that many years ago. And here I am that this many years later in there hooking up a telephone service for somebody. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And all three that I went into, Sonia, over here, they had outhouses that were the dining area. Usually the first level was the actual eating area and the sitting area by the big fireplaces, I guess, where they'd sit and drink and smoke cigars or pipes or whatever they done. And then down the stairs in the basement, that's where all the cooking was done at. So yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty interesting stuff. Oh, I bet that is cool, Sonia. That sounds cool. Hey, Ace Deuce family, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you stopping by. It'd be nice if a lot of those people would actually open up their houses and let people come in. If it wasn't, but like one day a month or one day every 2 months or something like that, let people actually come in and go into certain parts and just see what it's like there. Geraldo family, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you. Yeah, just to let everybody see what it was actually like there. That's the good thing I like about Jamestown. We went up there on vacation and stayed for 3 weeks. The Historical Society does that here. Oh, that's cool, Sonia. That's cool. They don't do that. As far as I know, they don't do that down here over in Camden. You pretty much got to know somebody or have work to do to get in there to see it. Other than that, it's doctors and lawyers and stuff like that live there and own it. Which is sad because it would be nice, for families to be able to take their kids and see some actual history instead of reading about it in a book. It's pretty neat to go there and look. That's why I took my youngest daughter. We went up to Jamestown. Is it Jamestown? What's the one in Virginia, y'all, where they got the old town set up with the old houses and stuff like that? Is it Jamestown? Maybe it's not Jamestown. Anyway, we spent little over 2 weeks up there, about 2.5 weeks up there in Virginia. They actually do the Williamsburg. That's it, Sonia. Yeah, Jamestown's where they had all the people died at or disappeared from. But Williamsburg, yeah, Williamsburg, not Jamestown. Jamestown's the lost colony, right? The lost colony of Jamestown. But yeah, Williamsburg, we went up there. That's where I took the sweet pea up there. And we really enjoyed Williamsburg. We enjoyed that. That was a good trip for us. We enjoyed ourselves there. That was pretty darn neat. Pretty darn neat. Yeah, I don't know why I always say Jamestown because I think that was the lost colony of Jamestown. Maybe that's why it sticks in my head, but it's actually Williamsburg. That's where we stayed at. Anyway, guys, give me just a minute. I'll be right back, folks. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Went to Wildwood, New Jersey for 2 weeks. It was so much fun. I hear you, Ace Deuce. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Miss Shernette Williams said, I'm studying health science while listening to Hillbilly. Yeah, she's trying to figure out the inner workings of this hillbilly mind. That's what she's doing. Y'all. Don't let her fool you. Miss Shernette Williams is studying health sciences. She's trying to figure out what's going on in this old hillbilly mind. That's what she's doing. She's taking notes. Mahal Cove, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you coming by. Yes, she's going to write her thesis on what's going on up here in this old mind right here. Hey, Daisy, how you doing? How you doing, Daisy? Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, Miss Shernette Williams is going to do her thesis on what's going on up here in this mind. That's a scary thought, Miss Shernette Williams. You better think long and hard before you try to get into this old mind. It's a scary place, I promise you. Hey, Julia, how you doing? Dims, how you doing? Dolores Dulles, how you doing? Welcome, Raiders. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming by and visiting with us. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Rama, how you doing? Welcome. Today's lesson, Mr. Hillbilly's brain. That's right, Miss Shernette Williams, but you better be careful. Don't get too close in here. It might rub off on you. Near TV, how you doing? Appreciate that thumbs up. Yeah, the professor would be looking at Miss Shernette Williams like, what in the world? Where did you get the background information for that paper, young lady? Jana, how you doing? Lorna, how you doing? Zubin, how you doing? Welcome, everybody. Glad to have everybody here. I appreciate you. If any of you moderators could drop some of these links for these folks. Sonia's dropping links. If anybody else could drop some links, that would be awesome. Excuse me. If anybody could drop some of their links, that would be awesome. I'm sure they would like to have family members too. Currently taking notes now. Oh, Lord, I can see it now when she does her presentation. She'll be playing bits and pieces of my live streams up for everybody in the audience, everybody in the class. They'll be like, where in the world did you find that old dinosaur at? They'll be like, where in the world did you find that old dinosaur that talks funny at? Sonia, I tell you another interesting place to visit was Salem, Massachusetts. Salem, Massachusetts was an interesting place too, Sonia, if you hadn't been up there. Of course, I don't know what it's like now. I haven't been there since the 1980s, but it used to be a pretty neat place to go to also. Yeah, we used to go up there on Halloween, Sonia. They used to block off the streets and have a big party up there at Halloween. I don't know if they still do it or not, but we went and saw that. What is it? The House of Seven Gables. We went to that house. That was pretty neat. I can't remember that. Nathaniel Hawthorne or something like that. Is that what it is, Sonia? Nathaniel Hawthorne's house? Is that who it was? But behind the wood pile beside the chimney, I believe it was beside the chimney and wood pile in the kitchen, that's where the hidden door was, where he went in and hid at. I think it was Nathaniel Hawthorne, the House of Seven Gables, if I remember correct. Yeah, it was a great trip. It was a great place to visit. We had a lot of fun up there. Like I say, they used to block it off for Halloween every year, and it was one big party. It was pretty awesome. It really was. You, for it to draw a military crowd, Sonia, you know it had to be a pretty good party to draw the military. But yeah, all of us stationed there at the sub base, we used to go up there for Halloween. It was pretty awesome. That's how big a party it was. It used to draw the submarine sailors from there in New London, Groton, Connecticut, up there for Halloween. It was pretty neat. But back then, they used to block it off the whole week. The whole week of Halloween, they used to block the streets off. I actually saw the practicing witch that had her shop up there. Actually went in there and saw all the stuff she had in the glass jars and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that was a pretty neat place to go. A lot of old cemeteries up there too, even in Connecticut. A lot of old cemeteries. It's funny how they used to build the rock walls up around the cemeteries. It was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. Good times back then. Lord, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. I told that on one of my live streams a long time ago. But I hadn't thought about that in forever. That was good times. I guess we just didn't realize what a good time it was till you get older and reflect on it. But those were some good times. It's like when I was stationed over in Japan. I wished I'd have had more time to have gotten out and explored Japan more. I would have liked to went to a lot of the old temples and stuff like that in Japan. But being there in the military, just didn't have time to go do any of that. We did a few things in the Philippines. We didn't do a lot in the Philippines, but we did go over to Corregidor Island when we were in the Philippines. And there in Subic Bay, we used to have a good time. We used to go water skiing out in Subic Bay. Everybody used to thought we were idiots, but they had boats you could rent and water skis, and we'd get out there water skiing in Subic Bay. Everybody looked at us like we were idiots, but we had a lot of fun there. Have Fort Mammoth here right next to the Sandy Hook Lighthouse. Unfortunately, they don't want to put any money into it, and all the officers' barracks are collapsing and falling down. Yeah, that's the problem, I think, all over the United States, Sonia, is the government just, for some reason, the local governments, the state governments, the federal governments, they're just not putting money into stuff like that, Sonia. They're really not just putting money into it, you know. And that's like nowadays, though, Sonia, trying to get, you know, high school kids, you know, they all want to go snow skiing or they all want to go to the beaches and stuff like that. Nobody wants to really get out and explore the country of the United States and see some of that old stuff. It's I guess that's where our this place in history, I guess that's where we've gotten to. You know, a lot of kids just, they have no interest in that. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know if they teach stuff like that in elementary or high school anymore. I really don't know. I don't know if they teach a lot of that stuff about the Revolutionary War and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe there's just not any interest in it. I don't know. I just don't know. I would think maybe this year it's getting a lot more interest, because I did read an article that said that a lot of the national parks this year were just overwhelmed with people coming to visit. So I guess after everybody uh, being out of being in the lockup last year, a lot of people this year they're actually taking the time and going to a lot of the national parks and places. So maybe a lot of people are getting to see it. Not sure. I've been out 30 years this year. Well, this year's only 11 years for me because I was 29 this year. So I've only been out of high school for 11 years, Sonia. But a lot of things have changed in 11 years, I'm sure. Yeah, a lot of people won't be outside, KK. That's right. I know they said a lot of the bigger parks, they were really struggling. The park rangers uh, are really struggling to keep up with the influx of people that are actually visiting, even up in Western North Carolina. The national parks up there, they said we're just overwhelmed with people this year. National parks were crazy last year, Sonia says. Yeah, I know they said even up in Western North Carolina, up there in the mountains, the national parks are just overflowing with people. Blue Ridge Parkway. But that's like up where my mom, her her mom and dad, the old family place from where my mom and dad's from, it's still her mom and dad's from. It's still standing, but just up the holler from them, there used to be a big Cherokee fort up there many, 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 many years ago, and nobody even recognized it. There's not a sign up. If you don't know the local history of it, you would never even know that it existed. Maybe see Yogi Boo Boo and Smokey the Bear. I hear you, KK. But yeah, there was a big Cherokee Indian fort not far from where my mom grew up at, up in the mountains. But if you, like I say, if you don't know the local history, you would never even know that that was there because that was passed down through the generations of the old people. Go out, travel, and get an education, I say. That's exactly right, Sonia. That is exactly right. My opinion of it was always about history. History was seeing. You can learn stuff from a book, but you learn more by actually seeing it. What's up, NDT show? How you doing? Holy cow. What in the world's going on, Butterbean Outdoors? What's up, Butterbean? You been eating anything crazy lately, my friend? Hey, Amazing Maisie, how you doing today? Old Butterbean, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're being safe and doing well. Yeah, you learn more from history seeing it with your eyeballs, I think, than you do reading it in a book. Or, of course, nowadays I guess you can learn a lot from the internet, reading and actually seeing the pictures or watching people's videos. It's kind of like being there, but to me, there's nothing like being there. Nothing crazy, just working, laugh out loud. We're being safe. How about you? Being safe, trying to be safe, Butterbean. Trying to be safe, my friend. How's the wife? I hope everything's going well. It's more fun that way. That's exactly right, Sonia. It's a whole lot more fun. And you store it in, I guess you store it in a different part of your brain, Sonia. I'm not no I don't know much about the brain, but I think you probably store memories in a different part of the brain than where you store book learning at. Everything's just fine. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Glad everything's going well for you. But yeah, I think you store memories. You must be able to store memories in a different part of the brain than you do the learning part of the brain. Totally different experience. You retain it better. That's right. That's exactly right, Sonia. I know memories are something that your old brain can always take you back to the memories. A lot of times it don't take me back to learning, but my memories take me back to the important things. Does it, or what's important to me anyway. Yeah, I wished everybody, our kids nowadays, would learn as much about old history here as we all learned back in the day. Maybe we'd all be better off. I don't know. Isn't there some old saying about that, Sonia? If you don't remember history or you forget history, it'll end up repeating itself. Something like that. I think that was some kind of saying. If you forget history, it'll repeat itself or something like that. And I can tell you right now, a lot of our history, we don't want to repeat it, but we have learned a lot from our history. We've come a long way. Come a long way. But anyway, how in the world did we get talking about history today? Don't forget now, I'll be giving a test tomorrow on all the subjects that we covered today in history class, y'all. Miss Sharnette Williams, if you're still here, you better study hard because I'm giving a test tomorrow. I'm going to give a test tomorrow about all the topics we covered today in history class. So I hope everybody took good notes and paid attention because there's going to be a test tomorrow. Aurora says, I like history. Me too, Aurora. That was my favorite subject, was history. I loved history. I am super studying hard. I have a quiz today, laugh out loud. Well, Miss Sharnette Williams, I'm giving a history exam tomorrow on all the topics that I covered in my live stream today. So you better study hard. Because I will not be grading on a curve. I will not be grading on a curve. It's going to be a straight up 70 or above. I'm not grading on a curve tomorrow. I refuse it. Absolutely, Sonia. Absolutely, Sonia. If a lot of people went back and looked at our history, they would learn some things that they didn't know. I promise you. They would learn some things that they did not know. You got to learn how can I put this politically correct? I don't know how to be politically correct. You got to go back and learn the facts. You got to learn the facts of everything. Facts. Who used to say that? That guy on Dragnet. Nothing but the facts. Welcome to History Class 101 with Carolina Hillbilly. That's right, KK. That's right. Yeah, you got to learn the facts. Nothing but the facts. And a lot of people would be surprised. Just the facts, man. That's right. Got the old guy off Detective Friday or whatever his name was. Joe Friday used to say that. Just the facts, man. I think that's who said that. Just the facts, man. Lord, how far have we come? How far have we come, folks? It's amazing when you stop and think about it. Just in our lifetime, we've come a long ways, folks. Jack Webb, that's right, Joe Friday, Mr. Jack Webb. And his partner was the old guy that played the Colonel on MASH, too. Remember that? Harry Morgan. That was Jack Webb's partner on there, Dragnet. He ended up being the Colonel on MASH. Yep, he ended up being the Colonel on MASH. Harry Morgan. He was Joe Friday's partner on Dragnet. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody coming by. I guess we're going to go ahead and get off here. We've been on here about an hour and a half. Everybody study hard tonight for the test that I'll be giving tomorrow. Wednesday, midweek history lesson or history test tomorrow. So study your notes tonight. I will not be grading on a curve. You got to get a straight up 70. But anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you that come by here and visit with me on a regular basis. You guys are awesome. This is my way of relaxing. Most of the time relaxing, as long as we don't have the hoodlums in here. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Good luck to Miss Sharnette Williams on her test. Good luck with that science. Don't get too close in here. I'm telling you, don't get too close in here. All right? But I appreciate it, guys. Remember, always be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I'll see everybody tomorrow, y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate you.